Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great time in the wasteland. If you want to support Nuka Nights, make sure to like this video, subscribe the channel and activate all alerts. This helps the YouTube algorithm to spread the video and grow the channel. In this Fallout 76 video, I want to show you all the expected changes for the Gleaming depth update coming on December 3rd. It will feature major new challenges with the raid Gleaming depth, numerous balancing changes, new legendary 4-star weapons and armor, camp pets, possible new Milepost 0 employees, numerous new atomic shop items, new season 19 under the theme of Enclave named the Scientific Forge, and including a new weapon, the Tesla Cannon, change perk cards and other interesting changes. Let's get into this. Welcome to Nuka Nights. I'll start with the raid, the Gleaming depth. And as always, you can also check out the written article. You will find the link in the description. The raid is divided to 5 stages. First is the EN06 Guardian bot, the second is the tunnel boring drill, third is the Enclave Squad Epsilon, fourth is the Ultragenetic Horde, and 5 is the final stage with the Ultrasite Terror. And here is a fun fact again, the raid is still set to difficulty very easy. Well, this is public event data and not relevant here, but it's still funny. The new raid was tested on the PTS and offers a completely new experience in Fallout 76. The difficulty of the raid is significantly higher than previous events, daily operations or expeditions. The idea is to offer a challenge for experienced players and require teamwork for successful completion. The focus of the rewards is also on a new level, as it is possible to get multiple 4-star mods and 4-star weapons in this raid. There's also a new power armor called Vulcan with the new set bonus that focuses on AP regeneration. You already know the 5 stages of the raid. Each stage is a new challenge and gives you new rewards. Progress is saved after each stage, so you can interrupt the raid at any time and resume it later. The progress of the entire group counts. If you are not the team leader, you can still try again with another team at the same place. There's also an area after each stage with all the workbenches, stash boxes and a punch card machine to optimize your equipment and build. There is no respawn in the raid. If you die, you end up as a spectator and you can only watch your team. You will only be revived once the respective stage is over. So you should be as prepared as possible to survive together as a team. For the most players on the PTS, this meant that they switched to a full life build in power armor. You should also plan on poison resistance, especially on the last section. Also make sure to be prepared for the ultragenetic mole miner stalker. When this guy hits you once, you're dead. But there's something you can do. Power armor reboot is the legendary perk you need here. It bypasses normal life-saving methods and the player down state and will instantly revive you, at least by a chance of 40% when you max it out. So that's a must-have in the new raid to avoid 40% of the ultragenetic mole miner kills. But there's more you can do. The next thing you can do is you can stagger them, and you can do this by using a shredder on a minigun. Thanks to Angry Turtle for pointing this out. It works really fine. And the next way you can stagger them is the perk Pain Train. Devastate and stagger enemies by sprinting into them with power armor. So make sure to have power reboot with 4 stars upgraded ready and also use the perk Pain Train in strength to stagger the mole miner while running and also a shredder minigun to stagger him when he's attacking you. You can also use the recon sensors on the helmet of the power armor, and when you aim at the mole miner once, it will appear on your compass and you can track it where it goes. But there's also one more thing you can do. You can use the new ping system, which is a new button that you can use to tag something like an enemy or an item. And as you can see here, it highlights the mole miner for everyone else so everyone can see it for a few seconds. For the new raid, we also have new raid teams. And as you can see here, the base bonus of the raid teams is plus 25 weapon durability. And with 1 bond, 2 bond or 3 bonds you get 50, 75 or plus 100 weapon durability. If you don't know what the bonds are, those are the little blue bars on your teammates. So in this case, each blue bar gives you additionally plus 25% weapon durability. Next topic is 4-star weapons and armor. We will get 4-star legendary mods in the raid, and after each stage you have the chance to get a 4-star legendary mod. I also made a video about all 4-star legendary mods and where you can use them. And on the website, in the article about the raid, you will also find this list of all 4-star legendary mods. You can learn them again by scrapping 4-star legendary weapons, for example the 4-star legendaries that you get also in the raid by chance. I will show them after I show this list. The crafting cost of the 4-star legendary mods is 120 legendary modules and 1 ingredient of the list. So we have Aegis, battle loaders, bruisers, bullies, choo-choos, combo breakers, conductors, electricians, encirclers, fencers, fracturers, icemans, limit breaking, miasmas, pinpointers, polished, pounders, propelling, pyromaniacs, radioactive powered, rangers, reflective, rejuvenators, runners, bone saws, scanners, stabilizers, stalwarts, tankies and vipers. You can check out the full effects on this list and also on the video about the 4-star legendaries. I will not go through them all again, but I will show you the legendary weapons with 4 stars that you can get from the raid. As we currently know, 4-star legendary mods can only be obtained inside of the raid Gleaming Depth. If you successfully completed stage 1, you have a 10% chance to get a 4-star legendary mod. After stage 2, there's a 15% chance, after stage 3, a 20% chance, after stage 4, a 25% chance, and after stage 5, a 30% chance to get a random 4-star legendary mod. 4-star legendary mods also cannot be applied randomly on a new weapon. You can only apply 3 random legendary mods. The 4th star will only applied if you have the mod itself. If you get a 4-star legendary mod from the raid, you can apply it to a weapon or armor. Also, the purveyor in the rusty pick does not sell 4-star legendary weapons or armor. And as we currently know, there are no 4-star legendary enemies that can drop 4-star legendary items outside of the raid. The first stage of the raid is the Guardian bot, and after this stage you can get by 10% chance the weapon Valkyrie. There's also a chance of 5% to get the plan if you don't have the plan yet. So the Valkyrie is a Gatling laser and it does plus 50% damage to robots, it has plus 25% weapon speed and a 10% chance to cause the player to be invisible for 2 seconds when hitting a target. And the 4-star is the Bullies mod, which is when attacking outside of VATS, deal plus 50% bonus weak point damage. And it also has 2 other effects, which is weapon breaks 50% slower and lower hipfire accuracy. Stage 2 of the raid is the tunnel boring machine. After this stage you can get by 10% chance the weapon Drill Fist, which is an unarmed weapon and which has the perks plus 50% armor penetration, plus 50% limb damage, plus 3 strength, and the 4-star mod Combo Breakers, which is when dealing damage 50% chance to not use action points, 10% chance for auto melee weapons. And there are also 2 other effects, which is applies fire and bleed, DOT on contact, and minus 5 durability. The plan of this weapon can also be rewarded by 5% chance if you did not learn it yet. And there's also a mod plan that you can get from the stage 2 of the raid, which is Drill Fist Ultrasight Bits. and the chance to get it is also 5% if you haven't learned it. Stage 3 of the raid is the Enclave Epsilon Squad, and after this stage you can get 2 weapons. The first one is the Resolve Breaker and the next one is the Flatliner, which I will show after this one. The Resolve Breaker also can be rewarded by 10% chance, and the plan of the Resolve Breaker can be rewarded by 5% chance if you haven't learned the plan yet. The Resolve Breaker has a lot of interesting effects. The first one is Bloodied. Damage increases up to 95% as health decreases, currently plus 82%. The next one is Replenish 15 action points with each kill. And the third one is plus 50 damage resist, plus 50 damage resistance while aiming. And the fourth star on this weapon is Electricians. When reloading, emit a shockwave that stuns nearby targets for 3 seconds. And it continues even better. It fires 2 projectiles per shot, so it's basically a bloody 2-shot auto grenade launcher, and it has minus 10 durability. Targets take 100 action points damage for 10 seconds. And the next effects is target moving speed reduced by 35% for 10 seconds, and cryogenic grenade explodes by 62 damage. So this auto grenade launcher doesn't only cause explosion damage, but also cryo damage. You can basically freeze your targets with this weapon. My Nuka Knight's buddy Pet Base already joked this might be a great weapon for PvP. Well, I don't play PvP, but maybe you have a use case for this one. The Flatliner is also a reward of stage 3 of the raid, and also has a chance of 10% to be rewarded. The plan also has a chance of 5% if you haven't learned it yet. And the effects are plus 50% damage to humans, plus 50% chance to hit a target in VATS, plus 100% faster movement speed while aiming, and the fourth star is Conductors, which is critical hits restore 5% of health and action points for players and teammates within a radius of 50 feet. So there's also additional perks like plus 20% armor penetration, night vision, plus 40% reload speed, and minus 5 durability, and bullets explode for 15% weapon damage, which is what all Gauss weapons do. And this is a Gauss rifle, so this is a normal basic perk. Next is stage 4 of the raid, which is the Ultra Genetic Horde. If you finish this stage of the raid, you have the chance to get 2 weapons, which is the Cauterizer and the Lickety Split. The Cauterizer also has a 10% chance to drop as a weapon, or a 5% chance to drop as a plan if you haven't learned the plan yet. Its effects are restore 2% health over 2 seconds when you hit a target, which is the Vampire's effect. The second one is plus 50% critical damage. The third one is plus 15 bonus watts critical charge. And the fourth one is Encirclers, which is plus 10% damage for each combat target around you, up to plus 50%. It also has additional effects like plus 25% AP cost and minus 5 durability and plus 5% armor penetration. I haven't played this yet, but I'm curious if it plays like an Auto Axe or a chainsaw. The Lickety Split is also a reward of the 4th stage of the raid, which is the Ultra Genetic Horde, and it has also a chance of 10% to be rewarded as a weapon, or 5% to get the plan if you haven't learned it. It's a Juggernaut's railway rifle. Damage increases up to plus 25% as health increases, currently plus 5%. Second star is plus 50% limb damage. The third star is plus 250 damage resistance while reloading. Gain plus 250 ballistic damage and energy damage resistance. And the fourth star is Fracturers, which is when crippling limbs, they explode and deal up to 50 explosion damage to nearby targets. Additional effects are minus 20% projectile damage and railway spike explodes for 30 damage. And the last one is attack staggers target, which is a normal railway rifle perk. The last two weapons are rewards of the 5th stage of the final stage of the raid, which is the stage where you meet the Ultracite Terror. The first weapon is the Boiling Point and the second weapon is the Ultracite Terror Sword. The Boiling Point has a 10% chance to be rewarded as a weapon and 5% chance to be rewarded as a plan if you haven't learned it yet. It's a Furious Flamer with a unique skin and it has the effects plus 5% damage after each consecutive hit on the same target up to plus 45%. Next one is plus 50% bash damage, plus 15% reload speed, and the fourth star is Pyromaniacs. When a combat target is burning, deal plus 50% bonus damage, which fits perfectly on this weapon. Also it has minus 5 durability and plus 25 poison resistance. The last weapon is the Ultracite Terror Sword. It's also a reward of the final stage of the raid, and it has also a 10% chance to be rewarded as a weapon and a 5% chance to be rewarded as a plan if you haven't learned the plan yet. Its effects are plus 50% armor penetration, plus 40% weapon speed, minus 40% damage taken while power attacking, and the fourth star is Vipers. When a combat target is poisoned, deal plus 50% bonus damage. And perfectly to that, it applies poison DOT on contact. And the last hidden perk is minus 5 durability. Well, I think this sword is not the best choice for the raid, but it's still a nice combination of perks you have here. All of these raid rewards weapons are tradable, and you can use all of them to learn the mods by chance. The chance to learn a 4-star mod again is 1%. There's also a new accessibility feature called speech to text or text to speech. This is a function that opens a chat on the left top side of the screen and converts your voice input to text, or it inputs the text input to voice like an area chat. To be honest, I didn't test this quite much, and I think it's primary for PC users which have a keyboard and not so much for consoles. Let's talk about Milepost 0. There are new possible employees. Well, Milepost 0 is a tricky thing. The release was delayed and Windy the Cryptid Hunter was not yet available on the live servers. There are also still bugs with the vendors and the Brahmins. Numerous bugs have been fixed again on the PTS. There are also new employees that you can hire if you already have all others and have upgraded them. The collector Murk, which is basically the purveyor from the Rusty Pig. The higher cost is 200 supplies, the upgrade also costs 200 supplies and the second upgrade also 200 supplies. This new vendor has so-called mystery crates for you. You can buy these in various variations for supplies. There's standard mystery crate for 10 supplies, the forest mystery crate for 25 supplies, the Toxic Valley mystery crate for 25 supplies, Savage Divide mystery crate for 25 supplies, Ash Heap mystery crate for 50 supplies, Skyline Valley mystery crate for 50 supplies, Mire mystery crate for 100 supplies, and Cranberry Bog mystery crate for 100 supplies. The mystery crates can contain various different items. Stimpaks, Radaway Radex, caps, junk, ammo, food receipts, brewing receipts, if the brewing workbench has been unlocked, legendary weapons and armor from 1 to 3 stars, clothing, gold, scrip, technical data, BOS plans for armor and mods, nuclear launch cards, and also rare items like the Forest Camo suit, for example, and the Responder fireman uniform and helmet, and also Enclave plasma mods, T60 BOS paint jobs, scout plans, and much more. I will make a complete list in the near future, and I've already made a video about all the ingredients from the PTS, so most items from the mystery crates are still the ones I showed in the video. So the question is, will Windy and the Collector be released or not? In the last version of the PTS, both were disabled. If the bugs were resolved after that, both or one of them could still be released. Let's hope for the best. Both would be interesting new contributors to Milepost 0. We will see on 3rd December. Now let's check out the changed perk cards. Numerous perk cards under Endurance have been changed, and many now use fewer points than before. Some have also been moved from Luck to Endurance. Overall, these are very good changes that now allow more useful perks to be used under Endurance, making players more resilient. Here's a list of the changes. Starch Jeans was moved over from Luck to Endurance. The ranks were reduced from 2 to 1, and rank 1 now provides the benefits of former rank 2. Through Hiker was also moved from Agility to Endurance, and the ranks were reduced from 3 to 2. Rank 1 now offers 45% weight reduction, and rank 2 now offers 90% weight reduction. Serendipity now was reduced from 3 to 1 ranks and is still in Luck. The new effect now increases evade chance while under 30% life based on Luck. Evade provides a chance to avoid all incoming damage from direct attacks. Evade can happen once every second, and the cooldown is now increased by armor. Please note, evade cannot happen when overcucumbered or while in power armor. Armor increases evade cooldown at the following rates: light armor plus 0.1 second per piece, medium armor plus 0.2 seconds per piece, and heavy armor plus 0.4 seconds per piece. Adamantium Skeleton ranks were reduced from 3 to 1, and new effect is now limb damage reduction effect now scales with endurance. All night long ranks were reduced from 3 to 1. Rank 1 perk points cost increased from 1 to 2. And the new effect is the positive effects of pre-war alcohol last twice as long. Batteries included, the ranks were reduced from 3 to 2. Rank 1 now offers 45% weight reduction. Rank 2 now offers 90% weight reduction. Bloodsucker ranks reduced from 3 to 1, moved from Charisma to Endurance, and rank 1 gains the effect of the former rank 3 effect. Healing bonus increased from 150 to 200%. Additional effect benefits now also apply to Cannibal. Bullet Shield was moved from Strength to Endurance, and they added a 4th rank. The new effect is 5% chance per rank to deflect ranged attacks for 6 seconds when firing a heavy weapon. This is a very good perk for the raid, by the way. Cannibal ranks were reduced from 3 to 1, increased the healing received and hunger restored at rank 1. Ricochet ranks were reduced from 3 to 1. New effect now increases deflect chance based on luck. Deflect grants a chance to reflect 100% of the damage of ranged attacks back to the attacker and reduces the damage you take from the attack by 50%. Deflect chance receives a bonus while wearing heavy armor or power armor, plus 50% multiplier. While in power armor the amount of damage reflected is doubled by 200%. I will go through the rest of the perk changes by the list. Cap Collector, rank reduced from 3 to 1, now applies to containers and corpses, not just cap stashes. New effect, the amount of caps found scales with luck. Next is Evasive, ranks reduced from 3 to 1. New effect now increases evade chance based on agility. Next is First Aid, ranks reduced from 3 to 1, now affects Stimpack Diffuser. New effect Stimpack Healing scales with intelligence. Next is 4-leaf clover. Ranks reduced from 3 to 1. New effect, misses and watts contribute to the critical meter based on luck. Next is Hard Bargain. Ranks was reduced from 3 to 1. Rank 1 now grants +7 charisma while bartering with NPCs. So in total, when you have around 20 to 25 charisma, you get the best prices on the vendor bots. Iron Stomach now also increases energy resistance. Junk Shield, ranks reduced from 3 to 1, now works while in power armor. Additional effect now also scales with luck. And Life Giver, ranks reduced from 3 to 1, new effect improves HP gained from endurance. Lone Wanderer, ranks reduced from 3 to 1, new effect AP regeneration and defense bonus based on charisma. Natural Resistance no longer increases energy resistance. Night Eyes removed requirement for the day of time, so you always have night vision view. Ordnance Express, ranks reduced from 3 to 2. Rank 1 now offers 45% weight reduction. Rank 2 now offers 90% weight reduction. Pharmacist, ranks reduced from 3 to 1. New effect radiation healing scales with intelligence, no longer required to craft disease cures or water filters. Next one is Professional Drinker, ranks reduced from 3 to 2. And that's it. Next topic are player titles. This is a new feature that allows you to select a prefix and suffix player title via your Pip-Boy. These will then appear next to your player name in your team. In the next season we will get player titles as rewards. It seems there will also be a PTS player title, like we also got the PTS penance every time we participate on a PTS, and there will also be player titles in the Atomic Shop. And you will also receive rare titles as rewards from some events in the future. Let's talk about camp pets. In addition to your tamed animals, you can now also have a dog or a cat in your camp from December 3rd on. In the upcoming Season 19 you will receive a white German Shepherd and a black cat. There's also a German Shepherd and a striped cat in the Atomic Shop. You can place items in your camp for your pets, such as a scratching post or a dirt pile or a pile of leaves for the dog. The pets do not take up any other camp slot for allies, collectors or anything else. You can also have them move in. The pets can also bring you a gift every now and then. At first those gifts were legendary mods on the PTS, but that was changed and now they can bring you 1 to 3 star legendary items as a reward. Your pets will have their own interaction menu and can be petted and will bark, meow or sit. The first item of clothing for the pets is a red collar, which is expected to be available in the Atomic Shop. You can craft them at any armor workbench and equip it to your dog or cat. This is all just the beginning of the system. Many more pets will be probably added via the Atomic Shop or a season. It would also be nice if there were pets via new quests. And more camp items and clothing will probably be added gradually. What would be your choice? Will you be a dog person or a cat person? Let me know in the comments. Next topic is AP cost reduction. The action points cost for many heavy weapons have been significantly reduced, making it easier to play heavy weapons in VATS. The 4-star effects and the new Vulcan power armor also contribute to this. Here's a list of reduced AP costs. The 10mm SMG was reduced from 28 to 14 AP, which makes it much better to play in VATS, which is obviously not a heavy weapon. But now let's check out the heavy weapons. 50 cal machine gun was reduced from 30 to 12 AP, the auto grenade launcher from 30 to 18, the broadsider from 40 to 18, the grammator from 30 to 20, the cryolator from 20 to 10, the fat man from 60 to 40, the flamer from 30 to 10, the Gatling gun from 30 to 14, the Gatling laser from 30 to 8, which is quite interesting, the Gatling plasma from 30 to 14, the Gauss minigun from 30 to 14 also, the harpoon gun from 40 to 18, the Hailstorm missile launcher from 45 to 20, the light machine gun from 32 to 10, which I tried on the PTS and which wasn't working very good on the PTS, but the 50 cal was working pretty nice. So next is the M79 grenade launcher, which was reduced from 30 to 16. The minigun was reduced from 30 to 8. The missile launcher from 45 to 25. Pepper shaker from 30 to 14. Plasma caster from 30 to 18. And the ultrasight Gatling laser from 30 to 10. So these are quite interesting changes for VATS heavy gunner builds, and I'm pretty sure I will come up with a VATS heavy gunner build in the near future. So let's talk about weapon balancing. Many neglected weapons have also received damage buffs. Pistols and single shot weapons in particular have become more interesting again. The basic damage of the hunting rifle, for example, has been increased from 70 to 100 and the pipe revolver from 55 to 70. The 10mm pistol just got a small buff from 28 to 31, the 44 revolver from 60 to 72, and the black powder pistol from 176 to 216, the black powder rifle from 180 to 217, the bow from 90 to 95, the cold shoulder was adjusted from 115 and 75 to 91 and 91, the combat shotgun from 90 to 97, the compound bow from 100 to 112, which is quite interesting for my bow and melee build, the crossbow from 70 to 111, the double barrel shotgun from 115 to 140, which is also quite interesting, the Gauss rifle from 140 to 146, and the Gauss shotgun from 140 to 187 again. Dev note, we recognize that the initial update to the Gauss shotgun, originally 105 to 140, was not sufficient in making up for damage lost with the earlier change to how explosion damage is calculated. We'll continue to observe this weapon's performance and will make further updates if needed to ensure that it meets expectations. Next, the harpoon gun went from 175 to 195. The hunting rifle, as I said before, from 70 to 100. The lever action rifle from 75 to 88. The pepper shaker from 60 to 75. The pipe bolt action from 70 to 95. The pipe gun from 26 to 28. The pipe revolver from 55 to 70. The pump action shotgun from 95 to 102. The savaged assaultron head from 50 to 62. The single action revolver from 62 to 82. The dragon from 225 to 255, and the Western revolver from 65 to 84. And there have also been changes to the melee weapons. The Auto X base damage has been reduced somewhat, but it's still strong enough, and a large list of other melee weapons have received buffs. So the Auto X was reduced from 31 to 24, and the V63 Zweihänder was reduced from 85 and 45 to 64 and 64. And there's also a huge list of other melee weapons which have mostly got buffs, which is like the baseball bat and the beer arm or the bone club, the bone hammer. I will not read all of them. The Deathclaw Gauntlet is also interesting, from 55 to 75. The Electro Enforcer. The Gauntlet, which is the best unarmed weapon, I'd still say, which is up from 50 to 81. The Mole Miner Gauntlet from 45 to 64. The Power Fist from 58 to 81. The Sledgehammer from 71 to 90. The Super Sledge from 85 to 107. The Tannerizer from 75 to 79. And the Warglaive is also interesting, from 82 to 104. New Mutated Events. There has also been some change with the Mutated Events. Not only they are now in the community calendar, thank you Bethesda, there are also 5 new mutated public events that are now included during the Mutated Events week. First is Campfire Tales with volatile and toxic blood mutations, Free Range with resilient and swift-footed mutations, Project Paradise, active camouflage and resilient mutations, Beasts of Burden, freezing touch and reflective mutations, Safe and Sound, swift-footed and danger clown mutations. Well, Project Paradise with active camouflage and resilient mutations gotta be some fun, right? The mutated packs have new rewards, and this was the last state of the PTS. It wasn't removed again and it's still in there, so maybe you have a déjà vu like I do too.
Well, it's Groundhog Day. Again?
This means everything is again as I found it first, and there's a very high chance that we will see this on 3rd December. This includes all asylum dresses in red and all other colors. Also the scout masks in forest and urban, winter jacket and jeans, as well as the clean straitjacket and other less popular but still rare clothing. The drop chances are still very low at 0.027% to 0.014%. But still, it seems like there will be a chance to get those items from the mutated packs and the mutated party packs after this update. Next is the new power armor Vulcan. The new power armor called Vulcan is a reward of the new raid. Currently there's no other way to get the parts or the plans. You can also check out the raid video and article with all the rewards and drop chances. I also didn't get all the plans on the PTS to show you a video about it, but I can show you all the data. The armor and the plans itself are not tradable. The set bonus is plus 25% action points regeneration and plus 25% fusion core durability. Combined with the reduced AP cost for heavy weapons, this power armor is a very interesting setup for a VATS heavy gunner build. A full setup has the following resistances: 560 damage resistance, 600 energy resistance and 200 radiation resistance, minus 42 damage reduction and minus 85 radiation reduction. Other power armors have minus 90% radiation reduction. Also 200 radiation resistance is not the best radiation resistance. So if you want to go into a radiated zone, maybe this power armor is not the best choice. There are also unique mods for this power armor. The Gimbal Bracers, which is an arm mod, decreases weapon cone of fire by 50%, does not stack when modded on both arms. Ultrasight Bracers, which is also an arm mod, targets take 25 poison and red damage per second for 10 seconds, does not stack when modded on both arms. It seems like this is melee and range damage, but I'm not sure 100% actually. Elastic Servos on leg mod, plus 50% jump height, should stack when modded on both legs. Note, Marsupial is plus 320 and plus 400% with strange in numbers. Reflection assembly on the torso mod. Melee attackers take bleed damage. Does not currently work as intended, was the note on the PTS. Not sure if that will be the case in the live game too. New Gatling plasma mods. The popular Gatling plasma gets 6 new mods as plans in this update. The Gatling plasma large core receptacle, the stinging core receptacle, the swift core receptacle, accelerated nozzle, and the calibrated capacitor. One of each of these plans can drop as loot from the following containers if you have learned the Gatling plasma plan. So that's a requirement. Government aid drop. There's a 3% chance to get one of this list and a 0.5% single drop chance. Secure transport container from the nuclear keycard cargo bot. There's also a 3% list drop chance and a 0.5 single drop chance. And the Skyline Valley mystery box from the collector in Milepost 0 is also 3.75% from the list and 0.625% single drop chance. So it's slightly higher than the government aid drop, but you have to buy it with supplies. New weapon Tesla cannon. The new Tesla cannon is a new heavy explosive weapon, basically like an energy missile launcher. However, the Tesla cannon simply fires fusion cells and not new Tesla missiles or something like that. Each shot uses 5 fusion cells and the magazine holds 50 fusion cells by default. So you can fire 10 shots before you have to reload. The Tesla cannon is available on the next season as a reward and can be crafted on level 20, 30, 40 and 50. It deals only energy damage and on level 50 the base damage is 155 plus 10% area damage. You will also receive the Tesla Cannon Sigma Squad paint in the Season 19. As you could just see, the damage is okay, but not overwhelming or overpowered. And here you can see the perks is a bloody Tesla cannon with exploding bullets and energy damage of 570 in the Pip-Boy from the current setup. The area damage is quite funny, especially when you're dealing with a crowd, so it's still a fun weapon to use definitely, but maybe not something for every day. There are also a lot of new Atomic Shop items that are coming with this update, and I will show you a few here, which is the Holiday Bell outfit, the counterfeit bottle press machine, the Enclave data center, the Snake torch lamp, the Winter Retreat, the Enclave repair bot, the Aurora snow machine, a new Vertigard power armor, the Raid Runner power armor, the Hit Squad plasma caster paint, and there's also a Gleaming depth shelter. I will show you all of the upcoming Atomic Shop items in another video because, well, this video is already quite long. The new Season 19 is called the Scientific Forge, which is Enclave themed, and I think you know the rewards already. I showed them in several videos and they are also officially announced from Bethesda yet. So there will be a cat and a dog, plasma core charger, a nuke zone weather machine, new power armor skins and the Sigma Squad paints, etc. A lot of interesting stuff Enclave themed. I will not go through them all here. I hope you enjoyed this summary of the upcoming Gleaming Depth update on 3rd December and you get prepared for the raid. You can also check out the written article on nukanights.com and there's also a link in the description of this video. That's all for this video. Make sure to check out nukanights.com. You will find all ongoing and upcoming events, current daily ops, new codes, current season progress, articles about the latest event rewards and topics, as well as some tools like an interactive action points calculator. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.